Hi, today we're going to Costa Rica. We're going to America's Card Room headquarters-ish to play in a $5,000 time cash game over the course of a couple days. ACR, you sign up code gambler. So let's get there first. We've run bad with these trips. This is our 4th trip going, and we're 1 and 2 with successful flights there, so good luck. So we've come 3 times. It's a $5,000 time cash game where you play with escalating blinds over the course of a couple days. Brick the first 2, and then the 3rd time we cashed for 20K. Again, you can watch that in one of these vlogs. Now it's a little bit different. I'll explain that tomorrow. First, I gotta be allowed in the country. First sweat. Thank you. Tomorrow we play poker. Let's go to sleep. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's fucking go sleep all amped up in vlog mode like this. I guess I'm going to work out now with Boeckholt, and then we start playing at 1. It's like 10:45. We had a delicious breakfast here. The weather's crazy. The city's crazy. San Jose. It's sick, and I think there'll be a lot of people here. I really should do some freshening up on deep stack cash game ranges. So here's Jeff. We're trying to crash course learn how to play 200 big blind poker real quick right before, right? Jeff's having some trouble, so am I, interpreting the data.
Aces.
Aces?
Hardcore.
But how many cages have you been to? This is your 5th?
I commentated the first one, and I played 4, I think.
How many you cashed?
I cashed for 30K in the PLO, 10K in no limit, and then 2 bricks.
Jeff is our first host here. This cage, as you know, it's a $5,000 entry time cash game. Sign up today, ACR, sign up code gambler.
Boeckholt.
Or Boeckholt if you're watching Boeckholt's vlog. This time though, it's a re-entry, multiple day ones, and all your stacks merge together. So even if we bag today, we may play another day 1. First things first, let's play well today. Oh, I guess there's shot clocks. That's good. Oh, so low clock on people. Sorry. Yo, what's going on, dude? I don't really know how to play cash, but I looked at a little bit of like 200 big blind, 6 max with ante tournament ranges. Yep. I'm fucked. I don't even know what I'm hoping for, but drawing for a seat.
Okay, it's your table number first. It's just table number on this one. Table 5.
The whole start of our table was just 3-handed with a $5 ante from everyone. So there were 2 dead stacks blinding out, which is great for everybody at the table. And we won a bunch of little small pots early, so we were up maybe 5,800 when we got in the 1 big pot from the first level. Blinds at 1530 with a $5 ante. Katie Lindsay opens to 80 bucks. We have king 10 of hearts. We 3-bet to 300. She calls. We're heads up to a flop. It comes queen 8-2, rainbow 1 heart. She checks. We bet 250 into about 650. We bet 250 into like 650. She calls. Now the pot has like 1150 in it. It's getting big. It's a 3-bet pot. The turn comes 7 of hearts. She checks, and then we don't know what to do. We don't know if we should give up. Eventually, we think the time bank's getting there. We decide to bet 750 and try to get her to fold out ace highs that she might have folded with. Although in hindsight, I don't think she has that many. We bet. She calls. River comes a deuce, and it goes check, check. She had queen jack of hearts, so unfortunately the heart didn't come, which would have been sick. And now we have like 4,300. We raised a couple times and got 3-bet. Whatever you want to say. So far, so good, I guess. We feel fine. What a shock. Chris has punted a bunch of chips and has a food menu out within an hour of being here. Shocked. Okay, so 2 major hands in the last level. Cutoff opens to $80. We look down at king 6 of diamonds in the small blind. We decide to fucking go ahead and just degen it up and 3-bet. We 3-bet to $400. Folds to him. He calls. We're heads up to a flop. The flop comes jack 8-7 rainbow with 1 diamond. Not a good flop for us. He has a lot of 10-9 suited he continue with. He has a lot of jack 10, a lot of fucking straight draws, fucking pocket 9, shit that like, whatever, dude. It's a better board for him. We bet 275. He calls. Now on the turn, the pot has $1,405 in it. Comes jack of diamonds. So it's jack, jack, 7-8. Makes it less likely he has top pair, obviously, which would be trips now. But we're still afraid of 10-9. He could still have a lot of shit. So I don't know if I need to bet so big to fold those out. So my bet size here, when I'm going to keep blasting at it because I'm an asshole and an idiot, is 1,500 after using a time bank. I just decided to go for it. And I was so calm, even though it was possibly a punt. I don't know, maybe I felt confident in it. So thank God he folds though, and I'm going to check right now if that was a punt. The same guy, he's on the button, I believe. But he makes it $80. We look down at ace king off with about 4,500 in our stack. We 3-bet to 400 again. Folds to him, 4-bets us to 1,050. And now for 150 big blinds with ace king off, out of position. It's way too nitty to fold. I just want to jam and get him to fucking fold. And you know what? If he has queens, run it. If he has aces or kings, God bless. God fucking bless. He folded, which is the best outcome. I'd way rather that than, maybe I'd like him to call with ace queen, but he never is gonna. But yeah, so we pick up 1K. Then we were just card dead for the whole rest of the hour and a half. End up with 5,355. So after 3 hours and the first of 4 levels of play, we're now going back to 2550 for the rest of day 1. Hopefully we bag up something and then we're back. But let's just get through these next 3 hours. Focus, play our best. Not punt, but not be scared. Okay, so confirm that king 6 punt was a punt on the turn. It seems to say that I should not continue bluffing with that. Like everything else bets. And the ace king was a pure jam, if you guys care. How you doing?
You didn't hear what happened?
What happened?
5-bet ace king suited and Nacho called with ace queen on. 2 queens on the flop, no problem.
God, oh no.
Here the Nacho fucking berates me and needles me for 10 minutes while I'm reloading my 5K.
I'd want to get called by ace queen though, but you don't want them to get 2 queens. That's bad.
I had 2 sweats too, straight and flush. I was suited.
Nacho, you took all his money, Nacho. He doesn't even care. Too rich, too
cool.
swagged out,
Too fucking cool.
All right, so our table broke. We go into the feature table with Moneymaker and Anna, and I don't know these other guys, but be right back. So we get moved to the feature table maybe 20 minutes into the second level of the day, 25.50 with a $5 ante. Well, it starts out okay. Early, we chop a dumb pot with Moneymaker with king high versus his king high. Then we luck box rivering a set of 4s after an ill-advised turn call, but one little luck box pot in the cage is a pickup of $500. Now we get an amazing hand. No, whatever. Moneymaker has opened to $150 from the cutoff. Jet-lagged Anna Marquez has called on the button. We're in the small blind and look down at king queen off. I think it's a clear 3-bet squeezy spot. We don't want to go 4 ways out of position because if we call the big blind, we'll call. With not such a great hand. And maybe we win pre, or maybe we go heads up with the fish, which we will. So we 3-bet to $525, which is a misclick, unintentionally small. We're out of position versus an open and a call. Anyway, we 3-bet, Moneymaker calls, Anna folds. The flop comes king high. There's $1,275 in the pot. We c-bet like a 1/3 pot, $425, and Moneymaker folds. Nice pickup of $750. And you know, like I said, this isn't really a spectacularly interesting hand, but in the cage, you're winning $750 with that, and our stack is now at an all-time high of $7,300. Can we hold on? We've been generally disciplined-ish. So then we take a couple pots and have to fold, like we raise ace-10 off, lose a small pot, win a small pot with ace-6 suited, blah, blah, blah. Get pocket 8s, multi-way, end up c-betting flop, and then have to fold turn when the worst possible card comes for us, completing the flush and giving all these random backdoor straight draws a higher pair. Then we bluff the other team pros, multi-way, pick up a little guy, but we're now on the final break of the day. A little bit down from 7,300. We have 6,500 in our stack, but I'm happy with that. We're not fucking off. There I am, just trying to film myself on TV for the fucking vlog. I look so fucking fat. I gotta lose weight. Watch, Renee's gonna tell me how he got fucked. This is not staged. Renee, what's going on?
Fucking lonker. We played 6 big hands. Everyone he 4-outed me or 5-outed me. Board double pairs with another deuce, so it's check, check. He has 8-7. I got ace-10. He's like, I had to read. I'm like, oh yeah, you really, you draw to 3 outs, or it's just like, whatever.
So here's a little blind versus blind hand. It folds to us in the small blind. We have 8-6 of clubs, and we limp the 50, prepared to call a raise. But the big blind, who is a co-founder of GTO Wizard, decides to check back. Flop comes 6 high. And we lead 1 big blind, which I think generally with our range we should check after, limping, but we're playing our exact hand, whatever. I mean, probably the co-founder of GTO Wizard is not the guy to play exploitatively against. Either way, we bet 50, he raises to 155, we call, we're not folding anywhere, we're not going anywhere with top pair. Turn is a 2 of diamonds, bringing the 4-line to the straight. We check, he checks back. And on the river with $435 in the pot, I lead $75 with the hopes that worst pairs or ace highs just call, and the plan that as soon as he raises we just make the easy fold, which I do, and it turned out he had a flush, so I think well played by me even though I went exploitatively. Probably give myself a B-, so who the fuck knows. So we raise jack 8 suited from the cutoff, get 3-bet and fold. Now we're down to 6K. Then we get in a little hand where we overly slow play a flopped set against Moneymaker, checking flop and turn before leading river, but against his exact hand, we actually won as much as we could, picking up 455, you know, inducing the river call with ace high out of him for 250. So we're back at 6,500. Again, I'm happy with this. We're pretty good. Now we're left in the stream. We're trudging along, hanging in there, playing okay. I'm not unhappy with how I'm playing. And we've faded the punt so far. This is big for us. We want to get to the end of the cage and convert this bonus in our contract to actual cash. Can we do it? Probably not. Strap in, boys, and one girl who watches the channel. Moneymaker raises to $150 in the hijack, and he's generally a loose player. He was actually asking if we could start straddling. But anyway, he raises to $150 in the hijack. Jet lag to Anna. 3 bets in the cutoff to $500, and we're on the button and look down at pocket tens. In game, I assume this was a 4-bet or fold type of spot. I guess being used to shorter stack depths, but nope. Turns out GTO prefers to mostly call, sometimes 4-bet, but never fold. Anyway, we go ahead and do the degen option, ramping up the variance, elect to 4-bet to 900, just like min clicking. Moneymaker folds back to Anna, who makes the call. We are heads up to a flop with 2100 in the middle. The graphic is incorrect. It comes queen, jack, 6. Not great to see 2 overs to your tens in a 4-bet pump pot. She checks, and I think this is appropriate to c-bet, take like one stab, whatever. We c-bet quarter pot because we aren't very creative, $500, and Anna calls. So once she calls the flop, it's all right, time to give up. Maybe a 10 comes on the turn, but even then she could have ace, king, jacks, queens, I'm not really afraid of aces or kings. Maybe I should have been. Anyway, let's shut it down. So 3,100 in the pot with 3K effective in our stack. It comes out the 3 of diamonds. But once she checks again, my mind goes from being like, all right, clear give up spot to let's find a way to punt it off. So our thinking starts to go that I don't think she has aces or kings. I am assuming, possibly incorrectly, that she would have 5-bet pre-flop. Same with queens. I don't think she has those. Probably because she was tired and like shorter than everybody, even though not that short, like that she would have just ripped those pre and took the 900. I don't know. But I think in game, if I jam in a 4-bet pot, I could get her to fold ace queen and ace jack. And so 3K. And we YOLO it up, go all in, hoping to target those specific hands. She just snap calls with the nuts. And yeah, we just punted 3K, and I'm pretty ready to die with 1,800 left in my stack. Miserable, ready to quit poker. I'm okay with the flop and pre-flop, but prefer to die on the turn. So now we got our 1,800 left. Let's go to work. Still a lot of money, Let's regroup. We go multi-way to a flop with 7-3 of clubs. Flop a flush draw. We're ready to jam over most c-bets, but Moneymaker bets 300 into 500, and so we're multi-way, and we're against a dude who wants to gamble. He's less likely to fold now that he's bet big, so we just have to fold. 1,500 left in our stack. We win a pot, get some back with a set of kings. Now we have 2K. We open king jack off and c-bet flop, but face a check raise, so we fold. So this pot's going to feel a lot dumber than it is, but it's not that bad off 40 bigs. I think we played it fine, actually. But we raise 10-9 of hearts. We get 3-bet, a small 3-bet. And we have to call. We're off 40 bigs, 10-9 of hearts. What do you want me to do? Flop comes king 8-5 with 1 heart. We check and ready to just give up. But GTO wizard guy bets only 150 into the pot of 950. And even though we only have 1,300 in our stack now, we aren't allowed to call this. However horrible, we have backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, and he's good enough to fold later if the run out gets bad for him. We also have a backdoor pair draw, which we hit. We turn a 10 to take the lead in a massive pot for us. But unfortunately, the river comes out an ace. We check, he jams, and we just have to bail on the pot. So now we're at a even worse all-time low emotionally. We have 20 bigs, $1,100. We raise ace 7 of spades from the cutoff. We go 3 ways to a flop, and somehow everybody's flopped a 7, and we have the worst one. Both players check to us. We bet. And Moneymaker check raises. I don't believe him, but I'm also a tilted punter. So between the two, not believing him, knowing his image, and being a little tilted, I call. And since I didn't believe his nonsense on the flop, I go ahead and compound the mistake by calling turn and river, and we're out ready to die.
Super here for Moneymaker, and obviously Depaulo's like, what am I going to do? Put in my last couple bucks. And he said, whatever. You're gonna have to show. Oh, there it is. I mean, a couple bucks left for Depaulo. He said, I don't want to take 360 into the next day. We're just gonna do it.
I 4-bet 10s and then blasted off. I had like 20 bigs.
Queen Jack 4. How the fuck do you lose money here?
Check back call.
You just straight dusted a Queen Jack board with 10s?
Yeah.
You're so
Then
bad.
the turn I jammed and she had just a set of queens.
You're so bad. It's unbelievable how dumb you are.
I punted so hard. Even the last hand I punted. Like, that 4-bet hand was so fucking dumb. I don't even want to look it up. I'm so mad. I'm so sad. I feel like such a loser coming out here. And I think I was playing fine too, but I'm just not prepared enough, man. Either I gotta make videos or not, and it's like, I feel like I'm not being lazy, but maybe I just am. I'll see you guys later at the party or something, but...
Make the booty bounce on the dance floor.
Rob would pot with
I didn't pot shit, I just called them.
Yeah,
I know
and
we're
then you
saying-
pot aces, dummy.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't deserve any applause. He called with King Jack.